Hello, students of the Plus 2 Science, Commerce, and Arts. Today, we would like to discuss the deep water. The lesson is related to the book Flamingo, The Deep Water. Deep Water is a personal autobiography written by the great swimmer William Douglas. He tells us about his horrible experience when he was young. Dear students, swimming is only one of many hobbies like boating, rock climbing, paragliding, parachuting, rafting, and collecting. But it is a tedious exercise. Swimming is a tedious exercise. And here, Mr. William Douglas tells his experience when he was young. He was only 10 or 11 years old. He was tossed in a YMCA swimming pool by 18 years old boy, and he was almost drowned in the water, and he was on the verge of the death. However, he had a hate and aversion with the water when he was 3 or 4 years old. He went with his father in the California beach, where when he was standing inside the water on the California beach, a huge wave uh, knocked him down into the water. His face was buried inside the water. He was out of breathing and he was very much terrified. But the second misadventure when he happened in the YMCA swimming pool, it had a great impact on the mind. After the accident, after the misadventure, he could not walk properly, could not talk properly, could not sleep properly, could not eat properly, and the horrible experience of the drowning incident haunted him again and again. He wanted to overcome the fear of the water because after this incident, there were many emotions and the feeling when he was going inside the water of the swimming pool, and he was crying for the mother. He was almost paralyzed, and he was horrified, and his lungs were giving pain, and he was feeling unsafe, and he wanted to come on the surface, but time and again he was getting failure. So, students, William Douglas was very much horrified and terrified by the water. All the time, the fear of the water haunted his mind again and again. But he was very much determined to learn swimming. What were the reasons he wanted to learn the swimming and overcome the fear of water? The basic and simple reason was that he had lost all the joys of the swimming, all the joys of boating, canoeing, fishing, water activities, and water sports. He wanted to enjoy them, so he was very much determined to learn the swimming. After long, he engaged an instructor, a swimming coach, to learn the swimming. He was trained and taught the various type of the steps of the swimming, all type of the stroke, backstroke, side stroke, left stroke, front strokes. He was given the training step by step, and he got a little confidence, but he was not fully satisfied with the swimming, and he had some fear about the water. After that, after this incident, he went in the New Hampshire into a Wentworth Lake, and he decided to swim there, and he started diving, swimming inside the water. He put his face under the water, and sometimes he was haunted by the little fear, but he crossed the 2 kilometers of the lake and came back. Then he created a kind of confidence, a kind of motivation and inspiration in him. And now he could speak to Mr. Terror. What do you think you can do to me? It fled and it kept on swimming. After this first opportunity, uh, he little bit came out of the fear of the water and is shouted with the joy, and as a person who has conquered, who has got the victory in the sports. And same, he shouted with the joy, and he understood and he felt the echo of the joyous cry through the Gilbert Fick. Ultimately, he has got the victory over the fear of the water. This experience has a deep meaning for him in the life. Only those who have faced the terror and who have got the victory over the terror. There is a terror only in the fear of the death. This statement was given by Roosevelt knew when he said, all we have to fear is fear itself. Means fear is the production of the mind. Do the fear, it will disappear. This statement is very much suitable by the American President Mr. Roosevelt because William Douglas had experienced both the sensation of dying and the sensation of the terror and the fear. At last he felt relieved and satisfied. Now he could walk freely over the mountains, climb the peaks, and he got a confidence. And he was successful in overcoming the fear of the water. Dear students, he learns a lesson, a valuable lesson, a life-saving lesson. One must try to overcome the fear and one must try to face the challenge in the life. This lesson highlights how our childhood experiences play an important role in formation of the personality. This is the theme of this lesson. And now this is the end of the description of the lesson. Now I would like to discuss the question related to the chapter. Think as you read. The first question, why was Douglas determined to get over his fear of water? William Douglas was very much confident to get over the fear of the water because he lost all the joys of water sports, water activities, and water uh, boatings and swimmings. He was determined to get over the fear of the water because the fear haunted in his mind again and again. And he wanted to enjoy the water sports and activities. So he was determined to get over the fear of water. Question number second. How did instructor build a swimmer out of the Douglas? The instructor, he engaged an instructor to learn the swimming because he wanted to overcome the fear of the water. He was given the training. He was given the training step by step swimming. He was taught all type of the strokes of the swimming, side stroke, left stroke, breaststroke, front stroke, how to inhale inside the water, how to exhale the water. All the steps were taught to him. So in this way the instructor built a swimmer out of Douglas. Question number 3. How did Douglas make sure that he conquered the old terror? Yeah, just I have discussed with you that when he went to Lake Wandsworth in New Hampshire and he made a lot of experience while swimming for the at the length, and he swam there following all the strokes like crawling, the breaststroke, the side stroke and the backstroke. Only once did the terror return, but when he was in the middle of the lake, he put his face inside the water, and this gave a lot of confidence. However, the old sensation returned in his mind, but now he was confident and he was successful in swimming. In this way, he was sure that he has got the victory over the fear of water. Now the questions on the page 27. Question first. Think as you read. What is the misadventure that William Douglas speaks about? William Douglas speaks about the misadventure when he was 10 or 11 years old and he was very much anxious to learn the swimming, and misadventure happened in the YMCA swimming pool. 18 years old boy tossed him inside the water and he was almost drowned inside the water. He was on the verge of the death and he speaks about this incident. Question number 2. What were the series of the emotions and the fear that Douglas experienced when he was thrown into the pool? And what plan did he make to come to the surface? William Douglas had the series of the emotions and the fears when he was getting inside the water and he was remembering the mother. He thought that agent was near and he planned that when he would go inside the water, when he would touch the bottom, he would jump above the surface and come to the edge safely. These were the plans by him. Question number 3. How did this experience affect him? This experience has a great effect on his mind. He could not walk properly, he could not sleep properly, he could not eat properly. He was feeling mentally and physically tired. And the horrible experience haunted in his mind again and again regarding the misadventure. So this was a great effect on his mind. Thank you, student. I have discussed, except the long type questions, all the exercise questions with you. Thank you. Have a good day.